And we're back, and already people are going apeshit. Okay. Oh, I got all the things. Yes, I refer to little sisters as things now. Where the fuck am I going? Sorry, couldn't hear you. Too busy breaking your neck. Fuck. This camera is bullshit. I'll show you what I mean in a second. More hacking! Yeah, I think I mentioned this before. Hacking in Bioshock... Oh, fuck. Yeah, I gotta stop mentioning the same shit. I think I mentioned Halo SPV 3 before, but I didn't go into too much detail. Wonderful. It's not really a mod. Wonderful fan project. It's one of the examples of a fan game done right. Shit. Shit. Really fun to play. But it's like not a complete retooling. Shit. The fuck do I? Fuck it. We'll try this again. I said V. I hate fucking V and it didn't work. But it's not a complete retooling, but it's a very big overhaul to the Halo 1 campaign. It did the same thing as like Cry of Fear did actually, where it used the exact same graphics engine as the original game, but upped it to modern standards, or as close as it could come, which is actually really damn good. Shit. Okay. But they got new weapons, new additions to the level layouts, new vehicles, new enemies. God, have I not taken my meds yet?
Well,
yeah. Hold on, I'm setting an alarm so I know when to cut the recording. There we go. Anyways. But, shit. God damn it. There we go. But, yeah. But very fun. Oh right, I did mention it, where it's kind of similar to the... Yeah, you can't hack that as far as I'm aware. Kind of similar to the Super Campaign, which is another fan-made project, but it's on a much smaller scale. I don't know how that thing didn't spot me. The Super Campaign, not Halo SPV 3. What I really like about Halo SPV 3 is weapons have attachments, but it does it while still managing to keep it like Halo. Like you can't, well, I guess that where not all weapons have attachments. I think only certain UNSC weapons actually have attachments. So that's interesting. And you could pick a loadout before a lot of the missions. You can pick a loadout. So you could. God damn it! What research camera? We don't have those topside.
It can also analyze genetic information, parse biological structures. Lots of other $5 worth.
All right. Quick saving immediately. Not even dealing with your bullshit. But for instance, I think in Halo 1 you never actually saw like the flood infecting like an elite, like in real time, or a human. That can happen in Halo SPV 3 though, which is really cool. And like, and for instance, what the hell? So for instance, you can actually see, like, it's not exactly set in stone, but what a lot of people, what the fuck? A lot of people think what happens with like grunts when they get, because grunts and jackals are just not very sturdy creatures, so they wouldn't make for good combat forms for the Flood. So they would most likely get recycled into carrier forms. Excuse me. And that's actually, I think, unless the game glitched or so. Oh, you dickhead! Stop shooting each other. Fucking! It won't go down. Wouldn't let me hack it. What the hell? But like I saw a grunt get swarmed by infection forms and get turned into a carrier form. Well, with jackals, there's something really interesting about the Flood in that case. In Halo SPV3, the jackals will sort of get turned into a sort of pseudo-carrier form. They carry less infection forms, a lot less infection forms, than the standard carrier form, but are much more agile. If you ever play Halo SPV3 and you want a way to deal with those fuckers, one brute shot grenade will take them out and kill all the infection forms in them at the same time. Yeah, the brute shot's in the game. And the brutes are in the game too. There's actually a detail I rather like about SPV3 is that essentially, oh fuck, what is happening? Is that essentially once you get to a certain point in the campaign, pretty much every Covenant enemy except the elites will start using human weaponry, because they run so low on ammo. They're just so fucking desperate to get any kind of edge they can, so they've resorted to using human weaponry. And there are also these terminals you can find, but unlike terminals in other Halo games, they're entirely text-based. Not too bad, honestly. But, and thank God they pause the game when you access them. But you can essentially, I read a couple of these terminals, and they're actually really interesting. Because come on, stand up. Come on, back it, fuck it.
Hanging now, is it? That's what we come to now. I don't make the laws here, I just enforce them. But I didn't come to rapture the street men up for running contraband. If Ryan and his crew have their law, then they can have my badge.
Yeah, that's Sullivan. The fucking guy who killed Timmy. But, yeah. Actually, what's really interesting in Halo SPV3 is they include some of the Sentinel varieties. I think the Sentinels that fire the blue as opposed to the orange lasers were first introduced in Halo 2, but yeah, those are in Halo SPV3. Also, what's really interesting is like the guys that made this didn't just like reskin existing enemies or reskin existing weapons. They straight up made new weapons and enemies. So, for instance, oh, shit, what was that? Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. How did I do that? Fuck. Oh, right, yeah. So, for instance, you know those really big sentinels from Halo 2? Yeah, those are in the game, and they aren't just like reskins of other enemies. They're their own legitimate entity. There's a lot of terminals you can actually encounter in that game. Some of them are from UNSC, some of them are from Guilty Spark, others are from the Covenant. Yeah. Oh, also, might I say, one of the best ways to deal with hunters in Halo SPV3, one of the best ways is to... Oh, they included new grenades too. Like, they have a cluster grenade, which is really damn useful for taking out clusters of infection in combat forms. But they also, a gravity grenade works for that too, where the gravity grenade will create sort of a miniature black hole. Not really a black hole, but a sort of a gravity well. And it'll suck anything that gets caught within the well into it. And then it'll continually damage it before creating a kind of small explosion. That's actually really damn cool. That, if you want to beat the hunters easily, get a brute shot and a gravity grenade. Throw the gravity grenade, and while the effect is going on, if you catch the hunter in the blast, you can just spam fire the the brute shot into it, and it'll kill it really easily. It's a really damn useful system. No. I refuse. Anti-personnel rights. Now, is that just a tip the game gives you? Or is... Piss off. Is that a tip the game gives you? Or does it actually make them vulnerable to that? Because if it's just a tip, then what the fuck's the point? Oh god. Oh wait, what am I doing? No, fucking... Yeah, honestly, I really prefer the research camera from Bioshock 2. Or a research video camera, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap out Hypnotize Big Daddy for a second.
Trigger the security system. Set security box in the turret on your enemy.
That looks so cool. Oh my god, my hand. What? Oh, I see. Oh wow, that's not as effective as I was hoping. God damn it. Okay, so now the subtitles are all fucked up, so we're gonna have to listen to the damn audio log again. Okay, now I can sort of understand why someone would not want the subtitles on, because they kind of suck in this game. If there's one pet peeve I have in any game, it's when the audio log or the subtitles don't match up with the fucking words that are being spoken. I hate that. This is just like, why is there a difference?
Black can be reborn white, tall, short, walking dog. This was alone, nothing of it.
That sounds oddly menacing. Oh, right. Okay, there's a detail I want to point out once we get to the fighting McDonough. Something that doesn't... I don't know why they put that in, because it makes no fucking sense. Well, I'll point it out when we get there. I think that's where we're gonna get our final spider slicer footage. Whatever. Spider slicer. I always fucking do that. I don't know why. Oh shit. Thank God this one's actually doable. I mean, they're all doable, I hope. But some of them are just nigh impossible to fucking do, so you might as well just give up. I don't know why I'm not fucking asleep yet. Wait, no? What the hell?
Even our water system's run a leak.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. The irrigation system in Arcadia is taking on seawater. I told Mr. Ryan when we were building this place, either you build her like a bathtub, or she's going to turn into a sewer. No, McDonough, he said. We're not going to build no bathtub. We're going to build Eden.
I think I missed...
You have the research camera? Good. Guess it's time to get to work for old Peachy. Take the man's pictures, and let's get the hell out of this place.
Anyways, I think I missed, like, the first audio log from McDonough. Kind of... The thing is, it's kind of funny how he got so close to Ryan. Where... Oh god, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Where essentially what happened was Ryan came across him constructing part of the city, and essentially what happened was Ryan was a bit confused because he had wanted like brass bolts or something like that. I can't really remember what material they were using, but he basically ordered one type of bolt to be used, but then he found out, or maybe it was the general contractor who did that? But then he came across McDonough, or fucking, what is his name? McDonough. And he basically came across him using something else. So he was just wondering, so he asked him, why are you doing that? And McDonough essentially said, relate to him that the material they were using was a lot better than the one they were scheduled to use, and he basically said he basically said something along the lines of, nothing constructed by Bill McDonough is going to spring a leak. And then, this is a really funny tidbit, right after that he said, next day I find out, I'm Ryan's new general contractor. I thought that was really funny. You know what, we kind of already have Adam nowadays. Like, that's gonna sound really crazy to some people, but with GMOs, the fucking sky's the limit. Of course, we have to be cautious, because the last thing we need is fucking rapture in real life. Well, the psychoticness of the citizens, I mean. I know a lot of people are against GMOs, but the thing is, scientists wouldn't be experimenting with GMOs and trying to produce more GMOs if they weren't safe. Scientists aren't stupid. They're scientists for a reason. What the hell?
They're all terrified of something. It reminds me of this no efficiency. It was right here. We're soon running things down here.
But yeah, but anyone who's against GMOs, GMOs are the logical conclusion of our technological advancement. GMOs, considering our current technological level, are the logical conclusion of selective breeding, because none of the animals we farm to... Oh, damn it. Because none of the animals we farm today look anything like they originally did. And that was through selective breeding to bring out the best qualities. So, really, that's, in essence, that's what GMOs really are. Just selective breeding on a much more technologically advanced level. Yeah, I fucking know.